A very good morning, students. Myself, Mrs. Dipali, Standard 6 students. We already started your fourth chapter of history, the Vedic civilization. Within that, Vedic literature, Rigved Samhita, Yajurved, Samved, Atharvaved, Brahman text, Aranyakas, Upanishads, family system. These points we have been already studied. Today we'll start with the next point: agriculture, animal husbandry, economic and social life of the Vedic period. See student, agriculture was the main occupation during the Vedic period. Many oxen were yoked together to plough the fields. The plough had been iron plowshares. The Atharva Veda considers insects, pests and other animals that destroy crops and suggests certain remedies. Cow dung was used as a manure. That means these people were using that time organic system of farming. During the Vedic period, animals like horses, cows and dogs had special importance. Cows were used as a means of exchange. That is why cows were highly prized. People took special care to ensure that their cows would not be stolen. The horse was valued because of its speed. The Vedic people were skilled in taming the horses and harnessing them to the chariots. Chariots in the Vedic period had spoked wheels, which are lighter than solid wheels. The horse-drawn the spoked wheels chariots of the Vedic period were swift and speedy. In this period, apart from agriculture and animal husbandry, several other occupations had also flourished. Artisans and people practicing various occupations were an important part of the social system. They formed independent organizations known as the Shirnis or guilds. The head of the guild was known as the Shreshti. However, slowly the status of skilled artisans became secondary. During this period, there were 4 varnas: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. A varna was determined by the occupation of the people. In the latter period, the varnas came to be determined on the basis of birth. This gave rise to the caste. The caste system led to inequality in the society. During the Vedic period, certain notions about leading an ideal life had become well established. There were 4 stages for ashramas from birth to death. The first ashrama was the Brahmacharya ashram, or the period of staying with the Guru to learn from him. That means just like a forest, wherever the Guru will be there, he had to go there, he had to pursue the knowledge from the Guru, and that period of time from his childhood they call it as a Brahmacharya ashram. The next stage after the successful completion of Brahmacharya ashram was Grihastha ashram. It was expected that during this period a man would carry out his duties toward his family and society with the help of his wife. The third stage was Vanaprastha ashram, when a man was expected to detach himself from the household required to a solitary place and lead a very simple life. The fourth stage was the Sannyashrama. At this stage, the convention was to renounce all relations, lead life in order to understand the meaning of human life and not stay in one place. That means that was the last stage, Sannyashrama. That means he has to detach himself from all these things, from his family, society, and he had to move on and he had to understand the meaning of his life. The next point is religious ideas. See, in the religious ideas of Vedic period, forces of nature such as the sun, wind, rain, lightning, storms and rivers were given the form of deities. Vedic composition praised them to become life-giving forces. The Vedic people put offering into the yajna fire to please them. These offerings were called havi. Yajna is the act of offering havi into fire. Initially, the yajna rites were simple. Later on, the rules of yajna become harder and harder. the importance of priest went on increasing in that period. People in the Vedic period had thought about how the natural phenomena occur. Summer is followed by the rainy season and the rainy season by winter. This is a regular cycle in nature. The cycle in nature and the life cycle that moved with it were termed by the Vedic people as Rita. The life of all living being is a part of this cycle of nature. Disturbance in the cycle of nature leads to calamities. Everyone should be careful not to let it happen. Nobody should break the laws of nature. It was believed that following these rules was to follow dharma. That means they have to follow the cycle of the nature. Next, political system. In the Vedic period, each village had a head known as the Gramni. A group of village formed a Vish, whose head was called Vishpati. Several Vish formed a Jana. Later, when the Jana settled into specific region, it came to be named as Janpad. The head of the Jana was known as a Nripa or Raja. That means king. The main duties of the king were to protect the people, collect the taxes and run the administration successfully. In order to run the administration smoothly, the king appointed various officers. The Purohit, that is priest, Senapati of the army were officers of special importance. The officer who collected the taxes was known as Baduga. Bhag means share. The person who collected the king's share of the produce of Jana was called as a Bhag Dug. There were 4 institutions were guided the king: Sabha, Samiti, Vidat and Jana. The people of the state participated in their working. Women too participated in this working of Sabha and Vidat. The Sabha consists of senior citizens of the state, whereas the Samiti was a general body of the people. Later on in Vedic thought, the Smriti and the Puranas were composed after a period of time. The religious stream based on the Vedas, Samitis, Puranas and local traditions came to be known as Hinduism. Along with the Vedic system, there were another religious trends which took different position from the Vedic one regarding Yajna rites and Yajna system. On the next chapter, we are learning about this more.